Hello, everyone. Good morning. All right, here we go. Good morning, everyone. We are currently live on YouTube, currently live in the Fenley Beadwork Instructor Facebook page, and I'm sharing this to the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. Just give me a second while I do that. If you're on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from and what you are working on. As you can hear from my voice, I'm a little under the weather. It's mostly just a sore throat. I've had it all week. Got it from my little one, and now everyone's got a sore throat. So thankfully, that's all that is, just a sore throat and nothing else. But yes, it is annoying. Hello, April. Good morning. And what are you working on, April? All right. So we'll see how my voice is and how long we will stay on today. So hello, everyone. Today it is November 21st, 2025 at 10:01 a.m. Central Standard Time. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is November. Um, Beautiful day here today in the Midwest, USA. Beautiful, kind of like 40-ish, 50-ish Fahrenheit kind of weather, sunny. So it's good for this time of year, right? So it's beautiful out. I'm not enjoying it because I'm sick. I've got a sick kid at home too, so um, I'll be doing some flossing today, just things that I've been working on. Um, if you are currently live with me, we are doing I am hosting a Bead and Chat where we work on unfinished projects together. Or I'm working on a project, or whatever project you're working on. It doesn't have to be unfinished, but I guess any project that you're working on is unfinished, right? But I am working on old projects, or it could be a new project, but I'm working on old projects, just finishing things up. And these are my office hours. And if you have any questions on any of your projects, well, let me preface that with any of your French beading projects, put it in the chat and I will do my best to help you out. Again, like I said, these are my office hours where I come on every single week and we work on a project together. Me on my own project and you, whatever you're working on. Okay, so this week, what I have done is finally, after months and months of making a mess in my studio and not cleaning it up because it's been busy, I finally cleaned my studio, swept the floor, vacuumed the beads, moved the furniture to vacuum the beads. So it feels good now. And then I made a mess again, but it's different. It's a different type of mess. It's where now I know where things are type of mess, but it is the beads that I took out for projects are put away. And now it's different projects that I'm working on. I'm not working on a new project. This week I've been working on finishing up old projects and it feels good. April says, I'm going back and forth between several projects, wisteria, orchid, crocuses, and headbands. Well, welcome to the club because I'm going back and forth between many, many projects. This is, I guess, some leaves that I made maybe how long ago? 4 or 5 years ago. Can you guys guess what this is? What type of leaves these are? I mean, it's hard to tell, just some leaves. But I decided, you know what, I'm just going to floss it because when I don't floss the stems, even when I just use the fluoro tape, the leaves, they bend a lot easier and they fall off a lot easier. If you feel this here versus here, this is a lot more sturdier. So I'm just going back and just kind of flossing most of my stuff. And I do want to show you some examples, some of the stuff that I found this week, and some of the things that I've been working on that I've been putting together. Um, so one, oh, hang on. One of the two things that I want to talk about, which those are the things I talk about a lot, is one, flossing, which I am doing right now, and two, lacing. So we'll be talking about that today because I'm finding examples of stuff just, around the studio, and let's talk about it. Because let's talk about it because I have examples. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just going to floss these two leaves in. And well, since I have this up, since I have this, did I tell you what leaves these are? I don't remember if I did. Uh, that's that's how my memory is today, as it is every week, right? This is elderberry leaves. So I modeled it after my elderberry bush. It's more like a little tree because they're they're huge. Okay, so I'm gonna get these leaves in. If you're just joining me, say hello. Let me know what you're working on. What's the weather like? How are you doing? How you doing? You staying healthy? I'm not. Uh, all right. So now I wrap this in with the fluoro tape. So this will stay on, not fluoro tape, embroidery floss. I wrap this in with the embroidery floss, so it's going to stay on a lot better. All right. Looks like we have Myth, Jane, Ella joining us. Let me know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Myth or Myth? So, like I said, this is a lot more sturdier now that it is wrapped in. So, okay. So just wrapping these in. Hello, Natia. Yep. Good morning. Good eve. Good afternoon to you. Is it still morning for everyone in the U.S.? I believe it is. I think it's still morning for everyone here in the USA. But good afternoon to you, Natia. Good morning, good evening. Wherever you're watching from, say hello. Okay. I said I would talk about this here. With this one, I've only laced this at two spots, right here and right here. So if I were to do this again, I would lace it at three spots. I would lace here, right here, and then right here. So as time goes on, it things happen, and then we look at our flowers, and then we determine what we have done wrong in the past. It changes our opinions on what should be done, right? So, time is our teacher. And looking at this, as this leaf has been knocked around, it's been sitting around, getting knocked over. It teaches me that I need to floss my stems, and it teaches me that I should lace more, right? So if I were to do this again, I would lace this at 3 different spots instead of 2 different spots. And I think right here, I was just being lazy, right? So I just didn't want to lace. I probably knew what I should have done, um, but I was feeling lazy and did not want to do it. And so now I may go back and just lace maybe a different, maybe I would lace down here. Now that these 2 parts are done, I'll probably lace down here and lace down here, like while it's still on the branch. So I think that's what I would do, or not. It may take a few years before I do that, but you know how that goes. So I'm going to put this down a minute, and I want to go over some of the other projects that I found. I'm kind of under the weather, so I may just clear my throat more often. I'll cover my mic when I do that. I found some projects. I think I have showed this before. Like, it's one of my first roses. And it's over 20 years old. And I think technically the I know it looks like a mess right now, but technically I think the beading was good. It's just been knocked over, so it looks like a mess. I did not lace the petal, and this was made using I think galvanized steel wire. So it has tarnished a bit. April wants to know, do you think our floss stems will hold up 10 to 20 years from now? Yes. And I'm going to show you an example. That's a good question, April, because that's what I'm going to show you next. My floss stems from 20 years ago. So that is the next thing I'm going to show. So this is from like over 20 years old. And this is what the fluoro tape has done, right? There are some good fluoro tapes, I guess, right? I think regardless of how sticky your fluoro tape is, eventually it's going to degrade. Well, this fluoro tape has been on for 5 years or so. And let me see if I can find some other stuff. All right here. Ooh, I don't want to knock my things over. So I want to say the fluoro tape has been on for, when did I publish my second book? My second book was published in 2001. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I made it the year prior, so maybe about 5 years. So yeah, this fluoro tape has been on for 5 years. And this was just decent fluoro tape. It's not like super sticky, but it is okay fluoro tape. All right. So 5 years, that's what that is. Do I have any other that may be longer? I don't know. I may or may not. But this is the this is the oldest that I have. I don't remember what year I made this, but at least 20 years, I want to say. Right? Is it? No, not 20 years. I made this in 2000 and 5, 6. No, let me think. Not 2005. So 2007, 8, maybe 9. So 2025 minus, let's say 2009. Right? I think it was 2009. So at least 16 years, I want to say 15, 16 years, right? So this is what this floral tape turned out to be. And to April's question, which is what I'm going to go into next. So this is something that I made more than 16 years. I want to say at least it's close to 20 years, right? And this is something that I actually use the two-part resin on. So I can do this without it falling out. So I had pebbles in there, and then I used the two-part resin. And this is the embroidery floss that I use. I love, if you haven't figured already, I love the metallic embroidery floss. They're expensive. I've looked it up at michaels.com last night, and they are expensive now. It's like $350 for a skein now. But I have used this metallic embroidery floss for a long time because I just love the, we all love shiny things, right? And I've used this metallic embroidery floss for a long time. And like I said, at least 15, close to 20 years. And this embroidery floss has been on here. This is just embroidery floss. I've done nothing else but floss this, right? I didn't put anything over it. And it has held up all these years, right? So the comparison between just floral tape that will degrade over time, regardless, I know you guys have been talking about, oh, what is the best floral tape? Regardless of the floral tape you get, like no matter how sticky, will it last your lifetime? I don't think so, right? Will this last another 20 years? Will the embroidery floss last another 20 years? I'm going to guess probably, right? I'm going to assume it probably will last another good 20 years, maybe even my lifetime. So I'm going to spend that little extra time. I know I'm feeling like, I know, just feeling lazy all the time. Don't want to floss the stems because, where's my mic? Okay. Okay, I don't want like my hair in it or anything. Like you're feeling lazy, you don't want to spend the extra time flossing your stems. But I think it's definitely worth it to have our stems like this, right, to last your lifetime, which I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it will last at least my lifetime and maybe even my kids' lifetime, right? So, but with floral tape, it most likely will last, I don't know, some, I would say at least a good 10 years, right? If you just use floral tape, it'll probably last a good 10 years. Maybe I should keep some and just to see, right? But we already see the effects, right? I think the floral tape was okay when I put it on, when I made this, but now it's not anymore. And I can tell that this is one of my first works because of the wire that I used. Oh, let's see, when did I start beading? 2001. And then I made this in 2000 and I want to say 9. So it was like 8 years into beading is when I made this, right? And this is the floral tape. Do I want to fix this? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it for an example, right? So flower tape, 16 years, embroidery floss, let's just say the same time, right? So that's what that looks like. But you know what? I'm pretty sure I made this way before I made that one. 'Cause I use the same wire. I use the galvanized steel wire. Oh, but I did lace. I did lace the petals here. These were all florist wire that I got from the craft store. This was not made with, let me get, this was not made with our fancy copper core wire. This was made with florist wire, which is okay, right? Not knocking it because I do like, I think maybe because as I'm getting older and my hands are um, not as pliable, if that is the word, um, or maybe I'm more spoiled using the copper core wire. It's just harder now for me to use the florist wire. It's just harder for me to use, right? So one of the things that I would do differently for this is I would lace the leaves because as you can see, the leaves they need lacing, right? So that's one of the things that we might feel lazy at the time as we are beading, but lace your flowers. Okay. But yeah, April, good question. Good question. Because I was answering it. Um, April says, I started beading in 2003. Okay. Just a couple years apart. Hello, Allah. Good afternoon, evening. I don't remember what time it is in Jordan for you. Sorry. All right. Next, I want to show I want to show some of the projects that I've been working on. Well, not projects, just old projects kind of renewed, right? I spent how many hours did I spend flossing? So I let me grab this project. So I was going to, well, this is my dogwood. And as you know, as I'm making, this was a bead along. So therefore, I have lots of samples, right? So whenever there's a bead along, I have a lot of samples. So I put all of my dogwood in this vase container thing. And before I did that, I flossed the stems, right? So in my original pattern, I did not floss the stems. But I decided, as time is our teacher, that I should floss the stems. So I spent, I think, a good 2 to 3 hours just flossing the stems. So yes, we save time when we first start making it if we don't feel like flossing, but I'm gonna spend the time to floss everything, right? So I kind of like how this looks. Originally, I had in this container. Originally, I had peach blossoms, and I was going to floss the peach blossoms, but then I'm like, I think I want the dogwood in here, so that's what I did. And like I said before, my plan is to pot all of these permanently eventually. So right now this is in kind of like in rice and beads. It stays in there, but I'm going to put resin in it so it'll be permanent. Just like I have resin in here like this. I want to be able to do this with every single arrangement and not have things falling out. If this gets knocked down, it just gets knocked down. And I probably need to fix the petals, reshape it, right? But if this gets knocked down, I have a mess to clean up, right? Um, I don't want to knock this down just yet, but I need to wait until maybe during the spring or the summer so that I can do my resin outside. But back in the spring, I did a lot of, well, you guys saw me pot some of my arrangements outside. So I may do that one of these lives, just have a one big 2-part epoxy resin day of just permanently potting my arrangements. So that's one of the arrangements that I worked on. Thanks, Ella. Ella says, I love the dogwood pattern. Okay. So I'm gonna have a day where I just pot all my arrangements. Hello, Desiree. Okay, Desiree says I just started, don't even know flossing. Well, I think you should get to know flossing because if you are starting out and making smaller flowers, little flowers like this, right, as practice or whatever, just little small arrangements as practice, no big deal, right? Because you're still learning. But if you are going to be making bigger arrangements, bigger flowers with leaves attached, then then I do recommend flossing. Should do it. You should. I know. We all feel lazy. I've been there. Um, and we don't feel like doing it because it takes a long time, right? It takes longer to do. Like with this dogwood, like all the branches took me like 2 to 3 hours just to floss the stems, right? It takes time. But I think it's definitely worth the time to do it if it's going to last at least your lifetime, right? If not more. All right, next arrangement. What did I spend time doing? So I have a lot of I had a lot of flowers in a crate where I needed to do something with, right? So after cleaning the studio, vacuuming and everything, I just like, okay, I need to do something about this crate of flowers. Some of them just need to be arranged in a vase, right? So some of them just need to be arranged. And I have so many vases like in my closet that I decided, okay, so what am I going to do with these flowers? So yes, Desiree, lacing does make a difference. And I'm going to say again, time still teaches me on what to do. I need to go back and I need to lace some leaves. Right? Just like with this, right? I'm going to go back and lace this. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe in 10 years, but eventually I will get to it. I will get to it little by little, right? Hello, Angela. Yes, buying vases is another hobby as well. So for our hobby, we buy beads, we buy vases. Um, so there's a lot. And but you know what? I bought some vases years ago and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this vase. I went to Goodwill, went to the thrift store, and bought a bunch of vases. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But you know what? I found something eventually, right? So this past week, I'm using some of the vases that I had no idea on what to do. So eventually, the inspiration will come. I will fill all these vases. Oh, I found this bike basket um, at Target years ago, 2 years ago, maybe. So if you want it, you can't get it anymore because it was at the dollar spot. And this is not permanent because I need to maybe buy some floral foam, right? I need to get some foam so I can stick these in here. Right now, it's just haphazardly just placed in here. So I decided, so my what is this? Clovers, my clovers. It was my last project, my last bead along. So, like I said, with any bead along, I have tons and tons of samples, right? So I decided I'm going to put it in this bicycle basket thing. I found some floral foam at the dollar store. So I think I will go back and buy some floral foam, put it in here so I can arrange this here. Right now it looks haphazard. And with these, the heart-shaped clovers, oxalis, root sorrel, whatever you want to call it, right? It has so many names. In my first book, I called it a heart-shaped clover. But it also goes by oxalis and also goes by root sorrel. And it was all together, but I took it apart and I flossed all the stems, right? I flossed all of it. How long did it take? Maybe about 2 hours because there's like 4 little bunches. So, and I'm excited to arrange this here. So what other flowers can I put in here? Do I want to wait until I bead more weeds? I looked in my unfinished projects box, and I don't have any more dandelion because I permanently potted my dandelion, so now I can't put my dandelion in here. So what other weeds can I bead, you guys? These aren't weeds. These are beautiful, right? But they're normally found in spots. Well, they grow prolifically, so they grow where people don't want them. So they're considered weeds, but I think they're beautiful, and they're edible, right? So, so I'm gonna go find some floral foam and let me know if there's other flowers you think will go in here. Wood violets? No, not wood violets. Maybe just the leaves because they don't. I'm gonna get nitpicky because they don't bloom at the same time. Right? These bloom around summer, and wood violets bloom in the spring. So that's another project that I put together. So it's been a productive week for me. It feels so satisfying just putting all of these things together. And I think the flossing really pushed me into putting these arrangements together because if they were not if I didn't have it floss, I would not be putting these together just yet. So yeah, do those things. All right. I'm going to set these aside. I don't want to knock these things over. Hello, Louise. Louise, let me know what you're working on. Angela, let me know what you're working on, girl. Angela says, I still have to try the dandelions. I love the clover pattern. Still working on mine. Awesome. Now, should I make more dandelions for my arrangement? Oh, I think these little daisies might go. Oops, knocking things down. These might go in here. yeah, just why not, right? Turn it into, so you know what that means. I need to floss this if I want this in an arrangement. Okay, so I'm going to put this out into the world. And I've put this out into the world before. My goal eventually is to exhibit my works, maybe at like a museum or something. So that's why I guess that's one of the main reasons why I want to have everything permanent, because I can't have all of these things just knocking down, right? And just have it fall apart and just have rice and beads all over the floor, right? So yeah, I think the daisies will work. But I am not going to seek it out at this time because I am not ready. But if someone comes knocking in my door and says, "I want to exhibit your work," I'm not going to turn it down. I will rush to do it, but I am not going to seek it out just now when I have so many things to do, right? So I think this will work. This will be like a just putting all my random things together. Daisies, they are little daisies, they are a summer flower. So I don't know. What do you think? Yes, daisies or no daisies? I don't see why not. It can go. I'll floss them and they will be in here. They'll be in here. Natia says, working on branches, branches, and more branches. Nice. Okay. I don't have any more forget-me-nots. They are permanently planted in my one of my arrangements. So they are permanent. They cannot be taken apart. So I kind of regret permanently potting my dandelions and some of my other things. So, but I don't think that should deter me from permanently potting some things, right? I don't want that to deter me from potting things in a permanent way. But now I'm like, I want dandelions in here. But but anyways, I'll still keep doing it. It won't deter me. All right. What else did I do? It's turning out to be like a show and tell day. Right? Ooh. Okay. April says yes, yes to the daisies. Okay, I'll floss them because all of these little things, these flowers everywhere, like these one little bunch of flower here, one bunch of flower here, even though the daisies are in a vase, it's like it's annoying me because it's a lot of clutter, right? I don't want to say that about my beaded flowers, but a lot of it's just it just feels like there's a lot of clutter and I'm trying to declutter my life, right? So maybe just putting some of these things in one arrangement will seem like there's less clutter. Angela says let me just put that on the screen. Got third place. Nice. Yeah, you did tell me about that. I forgot about the placement, but I do remember you putting it in the fair. Oh, there's a peony thing close to me. A peony festival or something. I was going to enter last year, but the thing that deterred me was it's a bit far away, and I don't want to, and I kind of have anxiety driving. I don't want to drive like a whole hour to drop off my work and then drive another hour back. And if it were closer, and one, if it were closer, and two, if it were like a bigger arrangement. So that's what I will be working on, I guess, working on this year because, like, I wouldn't mind driving my work that for that length of time if it were a bigger arrangement and I had more of a chance of winning. But if it's just like one peony, one beaded peony, I don't know if it's worth my effort to do that, right? So um, maybe once I get my life together and all things are in order, then it might be better. I don't know. So next on the show and tell, that was what I was saying before. Is like with the vases, right? Like I had this vase for years and years, and I didn't know what to do with it. I actually had some of my what is it? My cherry blossoms in them, but it just didn't look right. But let me go grab them. I had this blown glass vase. Is it blown glass? Well, it's just glass. I don't know if it's blown glass, right? I got it because it was cool. I had no idea what to do with it. And I decided to put my, what is this called? I don't remember. Ruscus. That's it. Ruscus. Yeah. It takes a minute. Sorry, guys. I want to blame it on being sick, but I know I'm like this all the time now. So can't blame it on being sick. All right. So I think this turned out pretty cool. Just putting the ruscus in there, um, just have it take up more space. So I think this turned out well. I don't think I need to permanently pot this. I think if it gets knocked down, there's less of a chance of things just falling out everywhere. So I think I may just leave this like this without potting it permanently. I might I might put some resin in here or not. I'm not sure, right? So I'm not sure. But I finally found something. I originally had this. I was I had this with. I was thinking that it can go with my poinsettias, and it's been sitting with my poinsettias for the past year or so. But I think the coloring is not right. It's just the poinsettia arrangement is a UFO, and this, and I was like, okay, so maybe this, because it's supposed to be like a filler type of thing, it might go, but just the colors are off. So this is not going it is not working with the poinsettias. So it is going with this vase. So just looking at my vases and like, oh, this will work. All right, let's put this aside. Don't drop it. Okay, so I have one more thing, and I would like your opinion on what to do to see if it's something that works or not. Because sometimes it takes a while for me to realize, hey, it doesn't work, right? So um, Allah says I should do more because I found difficult to put one branch in a vase. Yeah, well, I had all of my flowers in a crate because I wasn't sure on what to do. So this is my week of inspiration, right? So sometimes it just takes time. Um, it just takes time, right? It just doesn't come. It doesn't come. Um, it doesn't always come when you are working on the arrangement. It could take years, right? Like that vase, I couldn't find something to work with it. I wanted something to work with it, but it just needed me to clean my studio this week for me to figure it out. So sometimes it just takes time. All right, April says, I would love to see a picture of your vase collection. Well, let me see if I can move my camera. All right. Let me see if I can move my camera. What is with this pictures thing? Okay. Will it work? Okay. So they're all up there. Like I have this spot up in my closet. So there's like two parts to my closet, right? So I have all my vases up there. So I can't move any further. Let me see if I can open my doors. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. See, this is the problem, right? That's the problem. I knocked my dogwood. That's the problem. Oh shoot. It's fine. That happens all the time. I'll pick it up and we'll fix it. Okay, so here's more vases right here, right? And I have vases here because, well, there's too much. It doesn't fit on there. So that's one part of the closet with my vases. I guess I'll pick up my dogwood later. So there's that. That's all I got. All right, that works. But I'm going to pick up my dogwood. I'm going to clean up later, but I'm going to pick up my dogwood. That happens more often than you think. Right? So, a few parts. And because these are flossed, it is a lot easier. Well, not a lot easier. Because these are flossed, when the branches are knocked down, the leaves and petals stay on a lot better. So it's just a quick reshape and they're fine because they're on, right? So this here, I should have lace. I didn't lace. Most of the pattern calls for lacing, right? But I laced most of these. These three petals are laced, but this one is not. Why? Either I missed it or I felt lazy, didn't want to do it. Oh, there's another one that's not laced. Oh, and another one. What the heck, Fan? What the heck? But because these are flossed, when it's not knocked down, they stay on a lot better and it's a quick reshape. Even though it's annoying that it's knocked down. It's a lot better because they stay on versus not stay on. Okay. Angela says, I envy your space. I have spent the last 2 weeks trying to move my projects out of my living room to make space for a Christmas tree. I have supplies and partial projects all over my house. I feel you. Actually, my workspace is actually my dining room table. And I have a lot of my projects displayed. Oh, let me turn this camera around because it's, oh my goodness. Hang on. I have a lot of projects on my dining room table, right? So, okay, I'm just fixing my camera. And I need to move them. I need to move them so I can wash my tablecloth. And I've been not doing that. I think it's been a year since I've washed my tablecloth, but because on my huge projects, right? Like the Cosmos project that is displayed in the middle of my dining room table, and then I potted up some more projects, this past year, and it's just been there on my dining room table. So, yep, a lot of good eye. The yellow one is the magnolia, and yes, I did floss this one too. It wasn't flossed, and it was just because it was with fluoro tape, and because it's been knocked down so many times, it was looking like a hot mess. But I dropped this earlier too. I knocked this down in a quick reshape, and it looks good, right? So flossing, yep, that's the key. Flossing and lacing, right? That is the key. I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. It's in this vase. Um, this is one of the what I feel like clutter because I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. It's just one little thing of flowers, and it just this I need to do something with it, right? And I'm going to redo my pink tulip magnolia. Like I just didn't like how it was arranged. So I may arrange it just like I did with the yellow one and more of a like with the pink one. They were all like clumped together. I wanted to unclump them so that there's more movement. Okay, April says nice vase collection. All right. I'll post pictures of my cabinets in the group later. Awesome. Yeah, you guys, my flowers are all over my house too. They're they're all over the studio, and they're outside the studio, and then all over my dining room table. Right? Just wherever I can fit them. Um, and I have a tub of beaded flowers that are in storage. So maybe if I do something with them, make arrangements with them, put them together somehow, then it will not feel as cluttered. Okay, all right. Angela's is on her kitchen table. Mine's on my dining room table. All right, one last project. One last one. Okay, guess what, you guys? I found my sunflower that the last time I was working on my sunflower, it was this one, right? I found it outside my studio. Like it was not, I had not finished flossing that stem because I had a hard time flossing it. Remember, like my hands were like hurting. And well, I finished it. I finished it. I flossed this one, and I assembled my initial, is this my initial prototype? Yeah, I think this is the initial prototype that I made for my sunflower pattern. So how old is this? At least I want to say 7 or 8 years old. I like since I've made this sunflower, right? So, but yeah, I assembled it. It took a couple hours. It was just flossing, right? Just flossing. Mm. Okay. Hello. It's like Manishka. Hello. She says, I'm a big fan from India. Thanks for joining us. I hope I said your name right. Okay. So now I have, well, for a long time, for the last, how many years? I don't remember. 4? For the last 4 years, I've had just the 3 sunflowers, right? I just have the 3 sunflowers. But now I have 5. So I'm really happy that I've finished assembling and it's in this vase. So really happy about that. I'm so stoked. Oh my gosh, this is heavy. This is so heavy. Okay, so my question. I put eucalyptus in here. At first I put baby's breath in here and I decided to put the eucalyptus in here. What do you guys think? What do you think of the eucalyptus? It's a yay or nay? Because I'm not sure about the eucalyptus. I can try, I can put the baby's breath in. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I should put it on here so I don't knock it down, right? I don't want to knock it down. Ooh. Okay. Manishka wants to know, how can I order from India? Want to order a kit, DIY kit. At this time, I am not shipping outside of the US. I'm sorry. Um, well, mainly because of, well, there's a lot of issues sending out of the US right now. But if you know what, well, yeah, I'm just, right now, it's just not sending outside of the US. Sorry. Um, just, I stopped. When did I stop doing that? Not too long ago, just earlier in the year. All right, so let's try this baby's breath. See how that is. Just too many issues. Can y'all see? I'm not sure about the baby's breath. Oh, I like how my chair can spin. It's, okay, so you guys, some of you are not digging the eucalyptus. Okay. Okay, Allah says, want to make the sunflower, but can't find the proper yellow. Well, use any type of yellow, right? Or even orange. Orange sunflower. There's so many different types of sunflowers. You can mix your yellows. I'm not sure if you can see, but I have multiple yellows in here. I've got this, what is this called? The silky yellow beads right here. So mix your yellows up. Mix your yellows and mix your oranges, right? So this here is a mixture of different yellows and orange beads. All right, so, all right, let's see what you're saying. What are you guys saying? Okay, Natia says sunflower 5. Yes, it's really, really heavy. Okay. April says nay on the eucalyptus. Maybe a different shade of green. Yeah. I you're right. I like it in there, but I'm not sure about the green. You're right. What do you think of the baby's breath? I wasn't digging the baby's breath. So, okay. Angela says the same thing, not throw with the eucalyptus, only because of the color. Okay. Allah says maybe if they're just alone. uh, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I did like them by themselves. I also just catching on my clothes. Um, Louise likes the baby's breath. All right, so I have this hanging. What is this? Hanging willow. Not is it hanging willow? Weeping willow. I have this weeping willow. So I did a willow bead along a while ago, and I made this weeping willow. Well, I kind of I kind of like it, but I don't think the color goes with it. So with willow, but maybe not this color. See, sometimes that's the problem. You like some things, but the colors just don't go well with what you have on hand. You gotta. I don't want to make more weeping willow, right? Like I'm done making willow. Okay, Manishka wants to know: is it possible to join your workshop? Okay, Manishka, join our Facebook group. Learn how to make French beaded flowers.com. This is where I teach a lot of my flowers. Let me find a link and I'll put it in the comments here. This is a group that I run with another designer, Lauren Harpster, and we run a lot of bead alongs in this group. A bead along is where the designers will teach a project and everybody does the project, right? And these bead alongs are free. So all you need to do is bring your own beads, right? So I will put this in the comments for you. And make sure to answer all of the questions to be approved. And if you are not on Facebook, what you can do is go on my website, beadflora.com, and sign up for my newsletter. And a lot of times I will make the bead alongs available to my newsletter peoples too. Okay. Angela, I don't know if I want to make more eucalyptus. I'm all eucalyptus out. um, I made so much eucalyptus. Just like I make so much of every single project that I do, right? So um, the willow seems like too much. Okay. Angela says, I got people interested in your mini plants, African violets, spider. Post them on a Suncatcher site. Hopefully it grabs you some. Awesome. Send them over to the Facebook group. Okay. All right. Nice. All right. Hello from Mexico. Hello. Is it m- okay? I'm going to try to say your name. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Um, Manzuratigas. Hello. Sorry, I'm American here. Hello, Erica. Olive branches. Yes, I have olive branches. You're thinking the olive? I don't have it like in the studio. They're right outside the studio. Um, are you saying the olive branches with the sunflowers? Um, I think the color is wrong. Like the color of the leaves will clash, I think. So I guess with a lot of some of these things will work. It's just the coloring, the shade of green will just clash with each other. Um, just like these eucalyptus. I mean, I liked it. Like I think a lot of you guys confirmed what I thought, which was yes, I like the eucalyptus, but the coloring is just something is just wrong. But I think Allah says just take the dang things out and just leave it have sunflowers. Just take it out. And just have sunflowers. I mean, yes, I like it with just sunflowers, but I feel like I want some filler. Angela says lunaria, silver dollars. I don't know. That just means I need to do more beading. I'm not going to beat some more just to see. Um, I wanted to do yellow and orange sweet peas because I have a lot of sweet peas. I'm going to grab my sweet peas. Right? Like my original plan was sweet peas, but I only have this one yellow, and I think the color will be okay, right? The coloring will be okay. But that also means I need to make more sweet peas. So what do I want to make more of? Do you think the sweet peas will work, guys? Natia, I don't remember if we're doing a beat along in December. I don't think we are. I don't think there's a beat along in December. It's we are doing less beat alongs this year because one, you guys aren't able to keep up because everybody's falling behind, and two, we're tired too. Lauren and I are can't keep up either. So even with our current schedule with the reduced beat alongs, we're still kind of worn out from the beat along prep because that is a lot. Okay, forsythia. Um, no, two reasons. One, I already planted that, and I'm not making more. I might do more sweet peas. I might do more sweet peas if it's something that might work, because I do want more sweet peas for my other project. So I might be inclined to make more yellow sweet peas because I only have one yellow sweet pea, and what am I going to do with one branch of yellow sweet pea, right? So I might be inclined to make more of that than anything else. I don't know. Celia, do you happen to have the poinsettia in the studio? I do. I do. Okay, so right now, okay. Oh, my second point about the forsythia is okay, first one, yeah, it's potted permanently, and two, it's a spring flower, and you know how picky I am with mixing my seasonal flowers, right? I don't want to mix the seasons. Okay, maybe that's just being too picky. Okay, so just like this for now. Okay, put it back. All right. Poinsettias. Uh, all right. You guys aren't digging the sweet peas. Okay. I thought it was a good idea, but all right. Or maybe it's just how I had it stuck in there, right? Maybe it's just how I stuck on there. Okay. A lot says yes to sweet peas. Okay, but the majority are saying no sweet peas with the sunflowers. All right. Okay. Natia says too much yellow. Okay. Well, it's got some orange. When before, I think I was putting the purple sweet peas in there. I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. If it only like the colors match some more. So that's why my original idea was yellow sweet peas, yellow orangey sweet peas. Um, but I don't want to make more if I'm not sure. Just to have more flowers lying around to do something with, right? Okay, poinsettias. I do have it in the studio, Celia. Okay. Okay, so this is my plan. My next plan. This is my next UFO that I'll be working on. Right? Because I have my poinsettias ready to work on it this holiday season because I won't work on it unless it's that time of year, right? And not in the mood unless it's that time of year. So I have all my stuff here. And I have my two dinner plate poinsettias as big as my face, right? As big as my face. And I think I just need one more in here to fill it out. And originally I had the ruscus in here as well, but I knew the coloring wasn't right. But it was just in here for the sake of being in here because it's an unfinished project. But I think the mistletoe kind of like is a good filler in here. Maybe I don't know if I need to make more mistletoe or just like maybe I need more. Oh, it's all getting caught in my clothes. These wires. Dang. Okay, so yeah, Celia, this is the poinsettia. The dinner plate poinsettia, the large poinsettia, if you want to find it on my website. Okay. Natia says likes it better with the eucalyptus. But yeah, maybe a different color. I don't know if I want to. Okay. Well, for now, you know what? I'm not going to permanently pot the sunflowers just yet until I figure it out because it's sitting here. There's a less likely chance of being knocked over. So I'll just leave it for now because it's been sitting here for like the last, 3 years, just like this. I'm not in a hurry to finish potting it. So maybe it'll come to me. right? It's one of those things where it'll come to you when it comes to you. Okay, so yeah. All right, here's Celia. This is the dinner plate poinsettia or large poinsettia because it's so big. Uh, so that's what I'll be working on next. Erica says, I haven't posted my beat along progress, but it's one thing I have actually kept up with. Okay, nice. Are you talking about the spruce tree or the clovers? April wants more yellow sweet peas. Oh, most people like the sweet peas? Okay. All right. Okay. And Allah says just the sunflowers by themselves. Okay. So, all right, I'll keep all of those opinions in mind. Y'all all have opinions, right? Everyone has opinions. But ultimately, I'm going to decide. All right. So, where am I going to put this so it doesn't get knocked down? And that's the problem until I have a permanent solution, things get knocked down because I just got like beads that I'm not using in here. That's how it's planted, right? And then I don't want them to get knocked down. All right, back to the corner. So hopefully I can finish my poinsettia this year because I already have my materials out. All right, that is the plan. Okay. Oh wow, it's past 11 already. All right. And I'm getting hungry and I have a sick kid upstairs. So I'm going to end it here, you guys, today. A lot of chatting, no helping. Not much helping today. Natia wants to know how many kilos of beads I've used for them. I don't know. I have no idea. I have not kept track. Right? I'm not good at keeping track of things like that. So a lot. So how many? I think it was like half a kilo for my son, at least a kilo for my one sunflower, at least. Right? So that's 5 for 5 sunflowers. All right, so that is it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today for this chat. And I will see you guys next week. Is it Thanksgiving? Is it Black Friday next week? Well, I knew that it was, but I didn't want to not come on every Friday. I know you will be busy, but I will be here. All right, every Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Have a good one.